Ugh, no, that's fucking terrible. Hello, and welcome to a little side project for the Muramasa Let's Play. This game has a lot of very subtle and cheeky references, many of which require both extensive research and preemptive discussion rather than plain stuff off the top of my dumb head. For the first episode, let's talk about the more prominent theme of spirits and monsters, most of which commonly known as yokai, but odds are I won't be calling them that the whole time. The first big example we see in the game is the Blue Monk, fought in Momohime Act 1. This creature is more commonly known as the Aobozu and is said to be found in wheat fields, lonely roads, and abandoned homes. There are many variations on the story of the Blue Monk based on where you heard them from. In Shizuoka, the Blue Monk is more akin to a boogeyman figure spoken of as a lesson to kids. The story usually goes, any naughty kids playing out in the fields will be snatched up by the Aobozu, so nice kids go straight home and don't go traipsing around in the fields. In Kagawa, this creature is known as more of a serial killer. The Blue Monk is known to confront women and ask them, would you like to hang by the neck? If the woman instantly replies no, they are spared. If they ignore or try to run away or lie to the Blue Monk, however, the Blue Monk knocks them out and hangs them by the neck. In Yamaguchi, they are a bit more revered as deities and often challenge foolish travelers to sumo wrestling, posing as a very small humanoid but possessing godly strength and speed to take down its challengers. A very strange creature for sure, especially considering how in Muramasa it's depicted more as a spirit of revenge or the result of bartering for power. Next up we have the kitsune, shown in-game with Kongiku and Yuzuruha, along with their brotherhood of foxes. The kitsune are very popular in Japan, most known for their ability to shapeshift, but also for their illusion magic and foxfires. The most common kitsune in stories is the wild kind, who revel in mischief and pranks, but are still the friendly type and repay any favors done for them. The other kind of fox spirit are the ones that act as messengers for the Shinto god Inari. These kitsune often act as protectors of humanity, providing either wards or good luck alongside wisdom for good and pious humans. In Muramasa, the kitsune in each story reflect both variations of this legend, with Yuzuruha acting as the divine messenger while Kangiku acts as more of the friendly type that seeks to help out her friend Jinkuro. The game also likes to make mention of the fox spirit's pranks, namely how often they pay with leaves disguised as money or offering dirt disguised as food. In Momohime Act 2, we fight the wan-nudo, a sadistic spirit coming from hell. We covered a fair bit of their history in the episode, however one thing to note is how families often purchase a variety of protective wards to keep this creature away, for merely gazing upon the wan-nudo is enough to bring tragedy upon your entire family. This rumor actually comes from one of the legends of the wan-nudo. A story from Kyoto tells the tale of a mother who accidentally gazed upon the wan-nudo as it passed through town. The creature noticed the woman and said, instead of looking at me, have a look at your child. Upon hearing this, the mother looked back at her child, who was now laying on the ground with its legs torn off its body. Upon looking back at the creature, the wan-nudo had begun openly chewing on the child's legs in a mocking manner before leaving. A mortifying creature to be sure, especially how it was tormenting many of the prostitutes in the game. A common enemy that randomly appears halfway through the game is the Karakasa Kozu, also known as Kasa Obake. These creatures are commonly depicted as one-legged umbrellas with a single eye and a mouth with a gross tongue. However, in Muramasa, they are depicted as umbrella-wielding swordsmen that stand on one foot. The Kasa Obake is more specifically a Tsuchigamo, a type of animated object spirit, and is generally benign in all its stories. The creature's only real goal is to cause mischief, typically by licking any human that tries to use it with its long, oily tongue. The Kasa Obake is a very popular creature in modern Japanese media. For old men such as me, you probably remember them from old SNES games such as Goemon or Pocky and Rocky on the Super Nintendo. Modern incarnations can be seen in the Toho games on the PC indie scene, or the widely popular Yokai watch on the Nintendo 3DS. Either way, these things are freaking weird. On the note of weird spirits, one creature we can meet early on in Kisuke's story is the Little Tofu Boy. This is actually a type of yokai, one that typically appears in big cities for the purpose of selling tofu. They are often described as very weak, and are often bullied by other spirits and the like for their very odd existence. Not much is known about this creature's origin, and its first appearance and boon in popularity can be traced to pulp novels in the 1770s that were very popular among the higher class citizens of Edo. One spirit that appears as an enemy that I vehemently despise is the Gaki. The Gaki are reincarnated spirits of sinners, and they are cursed to be constantly hungry. They are typically depicted with pronounced stomachs and very tiny mouths. The Gaki curse is very distressing. Some tales note that anything that the Gaki attempt to eat either burst into flames or turn to dust, while other stories tell of the Gaki that are cursed to only ever eat foul things such as bones or vomit. Probably one of the more darker stories that I've dug up during this Let's Play. A spirit that we rarely see in this game at all is the Nupeppo. A generally benign spirit, the Nupeppo is a creature that lurks around graveyards and old temples. While this creature doesn't actively do anything, it is said to smell completely awful and would often cause a panic or chaos wherever it lurked due to its smell. Oddly enough, Edo-era pharmacists speculated that the Nupeppo's flesh is a medical miracle if one were able to actually consume it without retching or vomiting. Not much is known about the origin of this legend. However, the name of the creature is a bit of a distortion for the Japanese slang of wearing too much makeup, so that might have a hand on the legend's birth. A creature that I was surprised to see mentioned in Muramasa are the Ningyo, more commonly known as mermaids. The Ningyo are basically the same as their Western counterparts, however they are way more fish than human in their depictions. A Ningyo's flesh is said to grant eternal life on consumption, but they are also said to be a cursed creature and may bring calamity to those that actively try to catch one. We never actually see one in-game, but it's still a neat thing to make mention of. During Momohime Act 4, we fight a giant boar posing as the spirit Ippon Datara. The Ippon Datara is an interesting creature, named after the foot bellows that blacksmiths often used during the Edo period. The creature is mostly benign, mostly avoiding humans and doing flips to get around. However, during December 20th, the creature becomes insanely violent, killing anyone who enters the mountainsides that they reside in. Because of this, December 20th has been regarded as an unlucky day of the year in Japan. The origin of the Ippon Datara legend varies widely. Some people think it's a variant on the Kappa, others think that it's the ghost of a famous one-eyed, one-legged thief in Wakayama, and another amusing story is that it's rumored to be a giant boar spirit that kills hunters. Vanillaware did a lot of clever things with the references in this story, and Ippon Datara has a lot of cheeky nods to its original legend. The boss fight for Momohime Act 5 was labeled as a chimera. However, people from the Something Awful thread figured out that it was actually a spirit known as the Nue. The Nue is one of the oldest recorded legends in Japanese history, and as such little is written about it outside of its original legend. In the story, an emperor was stricken violently ill by a Nue until one night when lightning struck the roof of the imperial palace. In response to this, the Emperor summoned the legendary samurai Minamoto no Yorimasa, who then fired an arrow into the storm cloud. From the cloud came a terrible scream, and this creature fell from it, to which it was finished off soon afterward. Once the Nue was slain, the Emperor immediately recovered from his illness and rewarded the samurai for his efforts. In Muramasa, this tale isn't exactly as such, but the Nue does possess the new head of the Narukami clan, so I feel like it's a cheeky reference in a way. Finally, in Kisuke Act 5, we fight a creature known as the Tsuchigumo. This technically isn't a monster since it's just the Japanese name for the purse-web spider. However, there is one legend about a Tsuchigumo who grew so large that he became a powerful monster and was slain by a samurai who saw through its deceptions. The Tsuchigumo in Muramasa is odd, however, mainly because nothing seems to discuss any specific Tsuchigumo in Yamato, or any that has slain 1,999 humans. This one might be specifically created for the game, unfortunately. And that's all for now for this reference episode of Muramasa the Demon's Blade. We still got 3 episodes of spirits, gods, and the like to deal with, along with historical history, religious history, and many other cheeky references to discuss. I think I could probably get 2 or 3 more videos out on this topic, so look forward to those.